Good morning, Falcons. Today is Wednesday, March 30th.
I am Tyler Pruden.
And I am Noah Elkins. Today's weather. Today is going to be warm and breezy with a chance of evening rain. The high today will be 73 and the low 43.
On this day in 1964, Jeopardy was aired for the first time. Here are a few interesting facts about the popular game show.
There have been an estimated 412,883 clues given on the show. Fan-supported j-archive.com has transcripts of every show.
There have been over 8,000 shows aired since it began.
There have been 7 no-win shows where all the contestants ended with up to $0.
The most someone could win on an episode is $500,000, but no one ever has. The most money ever won is $131,127.
Here's a final Jeopardy question for you.
Welcome back to Final Jeopardy. Here's the category: colleges and universities. And players, here's your clue. In 2019, this public university attempted to trademark the word "the" for use on clothing and hats. You have 30 seconds. Good luck.
The answer? What is the Ohio State University?
Here are today's announcements. The House of Guests would like to congratulate Miles Wingarden as her March Student of the Month.
Keep up the great work, Miles.
Our Spirit Week continues today as we only have one more day until break.
Remember that tomorrow is Hawaiian Shirt Day.
Also this week, popsicles will be sold today and tomorrow during lunch. Popsicles are only $1.
Hello, my name is Nico Suriano, and I will be talking to you about animal-to-human transplants, also known as xenotransplantation, and if this process will be overcoming past difficulties.
57-year-old David Bennett has survived for over 4 weeks after suffering from acute heart failure. This surgery was performed at the University of Maryland Medical Center. Bennett was running out of time after his heart failure and agreed to an experimental transplant. This was allowed by a special protocol from the university. He survived with the transplanted heart of a genetically modified pig. This heart had been modified for the best results of Bennett's body accepting this alien heart. It took a long time for Bennett's body to get used to this heart, but he slowly started gaining more energy and strength.
What is one of the most famous past attempts at these experiments, and what animals are most commonly used for this and why?
One past attempt at this is Faye Bucler. This 2-week-old baby had to have a baboon heart transplanted into her failing body. Unfortunately, she only survived for 21 days after the surgery. It took place in 1984, and this is when scientists found a problem. According to author Laura Bale, more recently, scientists have focused on pigs largely because porcine organs are about the size of adult humans, and the animals are already raised on an industrial scale. Still, the feasibility of the idea was thrown into doubt with the discovery in 1980s that pig cells are coated with a type of sugar molecule called alpha-gal that strongly triggers the human immune system. The field also experienced a setback with the discovery in the 1990s that swine genome contains embedded viruses.
In the past, many things have failed about xenotransplantation attempts, but what exactly and why?
One of which is hyperacute rejection. This is when the body of the organism receiving the transplant rejects the new organ within 24 hours of the transplant. This reaction usually occurs within minutes of the operation. The text states, quote, "The development of hyperacute rejection depends absolutely on activation of the complement in an organ graft. In some combinations of organ and recipient species, complement activation is initially directed through the alternate pathway, owing presumably to species-specific function of factor. This type of hyperacute rejection is especially severe and resistant to therapy, perhaps because C3b attaches simultaneously to many available sites on blood vessel walls." End quote. This is the reasoning behind one kind of failure in xenotransplantation.
I'm Nico Suriano, and I'm here with
Nadir Toksi.
Do you have any prior knowledge on the topic of xenotransplantation?
I know the broad outline of it, but I don't really know any specifics.
Okay. How do you feel about this topic?
I think it could be a really good advancement for society, and I think it could definitely have really positive, effects on us, but it's a little weird, kind of odd.
Okay. And if you could guess, what animal do you think would be used in this process?
Maybe like an ape or something, for like, evolution says all that stuff.
Okay, thank you.
There's one more main barrier while performing xenotransplantation.
According to Marilla Cascalvo, quote, currently there are 3 major obstacles to performing transplants from pig to man. 1, a powerful immune barrier. 2, a potential risk of transmitting microorganisms, particularly dangerous viruses. 3, ethical issues related to the future recipients and to society at large. End quote. One of the most worrying of these obstacles is the risk of transmitting dangerous microorganisms.
Hello, I'm Nico Soriano and I am here with
Mr. Sturgis.
And do you find the topic of xenotransplantation interesting?
I do. The thought of, I think in the news recently there was news of a gentleman receiving a heart transplant from a pig.
Yep.
And especially with transplantation lists being long and sometimes people passing due to lack of organs, I think it's a very interesting topic.
Are you for or against this transplantation idea?
I could see both sides of it. Again, the idea of saving somebody's life versus somebody passing because an organ isn't available is definitely a good thing. I think like any new medical technology, the ethics of it and how far it's taken need to be considered. But in general, the idea, I think, is very interesting.
Okay. And do you believe that this will be a part of medicine in the future?
Potentially, but probably not, depending on how genetics and cloning goes. There's been studies done of scientists reproducing for like a mouse kidney or a mouse pancreas. If you could take a cell out of your own body and then reproduce a heart, well, then that would be the best way because it'd match your DNA, match your genetics, your immune system wouldn't reject it. So I think a lot of whether xenotransplantation will occur is depending on how advances in genetic cloning and organ formation goes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Is this method likely to be used in the future?
It is believed that xenotransplantation will be prominent in our future when this method is further improved. Many lives could be saved and different scientific finds could be made. According to Carl Groth, quote, this has potential for paving the way for the use of animal organs for transplantation into humans, end quote. The main reason for this is that it could save so many lives.
David Bennett's operation has proved good things for the future, and scientists are making advancements on xenotransplantation attempts daily.
Thanks for tuning in, Falcons.
Remember to be safe, optimistic, accountable, and respectful.
Have a great day.